Hello and welcome to the Time Vortex. Today we're going to be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The Eternal... Of course, my first stream I stumble on my words. Today we're going to be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The Eternal Duelist Soul. This is one of the first games I owned on GBA way back in the day, and I thought it would just be a great first game to play on the stream, so let's get right into it. And, yeah. Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! The Eternal Duelist Soul. So, I already have a save file. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to start a new one, but the controller's not giving me any feedback right now, so give me 1 second. There we go. Alright, let's do this. Yes, we want to delete all save data. Nice to meet you, I'm Taya Gardner, a friend of Yugi. To start the game, you need to select an initial deck. You have 3 choices, and you won't know what you get until after you've made your selection. Well, early game spoilers here, I do know what I'm going to pick, and I do know what I get for picking as well, so we're kind of subverting her expectations there. Okay, choose carefully. So I'm going to go with the red deck. It's just the most overpowered early game. I know this because I've played all 3 decks, and red is just immediately overpowered. Now you're ready to duel, but before you start, make sure you take a close look at the cards in your deck. Wouldn't hurt to remember what your trap, magic, and monster cards are capable of. So this is from the era when they weren't called spell cards, they were called magic cards. I think they had to change that due to like a copyright dispute with Magic the Gathering or something. But yeah, they're called magic cards in this game. And I think it's interchangeable. It might be called spell cards sometimes in dialogue as well. There are plenty of duelists waiting to face you in the campaign, including me, of course. So good luck to you. I'll see you later. Alright, and that's pretty much the whole beginning tutorial. So I'm just going to go hop into deck edit real quick, and we're going to check out our cards. You can see, if you're familiar with early game Yu-Gi-Oh!, some of these might look very underpowered, but for the most part I'm just looking for this one in particular, Summon Skull. Yeah, Swords of Revealing Light is a good one, Trap Hole is a good one to start off with as well. There's some junk monster cards thrown in here really early on. You know, it's a beginner deck. But for the most part, we want stuff like this. Neo the Magic Swordsman. This is just a really good card early game. And I'm a really big fan of the 2000 defense monsters, so Mystical Elf is great for starting. I mean, this deck just has a lot of really good, just top-of-the-list cards. Black Pendant, Change of Heart. Yeah, the red deck comes with some crappy stuff, but at the same time it comes with some pretty decent cards at the same time. So, I'm going to have to show this at the end of the stream, or maybe a little later. But this first segment, basically the only 2 duelists you really have to worry about are Yugi and Bakura. So really you can start with anybody you want, but I'm going to go with the most optimal rundown here, which is basically counterclockwise. Tristan is the weakest, and Yugi is the strongest, but Bakura might give you some surprises, so it's just best to kind of go Tristan, Taya, Joey, and then onwards. But yeah, I mentioned I was going to show a meme later on in the stream. I was playing this game a couple weeks ago, and I managed to get a perfect, which is beat all duelists at least 3 times. And I think the maximum cap for unlocking stuff is 5 times. So I managed to beat all 5 of these duelists you see here 5 times without losing. It was close, but I enjoyed it. Hopefully we can get another perfect ace, that would be cool. But, you know, I'm just playing for fun. Hi, I'm Tristan Taylor. I don't have that much experience, but don't think for a second that I'm a pushover. Believe me, this guy's a huge pushover. I accidentally hit the speed up button there. I need to avoid that. I was just trying to skip ahead a little bit. But yeah, Tristan is very weak. He is not a good character, both from lore perspective and just his dueling skill in general. He's very bad. So this should be a very easy duel. And we got 7 colored fish right away, so that was a good start. Let's see what Bell of Destruction does. Destroy 1 face-up monster card. That's pretty useful, but I'm not going to use that on my own monster. So let's just let him end the turn. And believe in the heart of the cards. Alright, yeah, we got some decent starter stuff. To my knowledge, Tristan doesn't have any really bad cards like Mirror Force. I don't know if you heard that, but someone's vrooming up outside. So we should be relatively safe to just toss out Neo here. And let's see if we get lucky on this battle phase. This shouldn't be any problem. He probably has like a 300 defense monster. Unknown Warrior Fiend. Okay, 500 defense. But yeah, like I said, Tristan is no joke. He's super easy, so this should just be a clean sweep and maybe 1 or 2 more turns. Goblin Secret Remedy. Yeah, so these early game duels, there's not going to be very much strategy involved. Ooh, Black Pendant. But that's okay. We need to win a bunch of matches in a row so we can... I basically just want to build up as many cards quickly. Like I was mentioning earlier, the perfect would be nice. It's not really necessary, but it is good to get a lot of decks. It's good to get a lot of good decks early on. I'm gonna close my window really quick. People are vrooming up on the street outside. Alright, there we go. Ooh, Dark Assailant. That's probably the strongest card in his deck. Alright. Yeah, it should be maybe 1 more turn after this and he's done. So if you'll excuse me, because it's my first stream, I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure that everything's going fine. Let's see here. Yep, everything is hunky-dory. And he set a monster, I don't care. So I'm just gonna do this for the meme, because it's glaringly obvious I'm gonna win this duel anyway. We might as well toss out old Bean Soldier. This dude's... What is... I remember this card, and I don't know why they ever decided to make a whole set of cards like this. Because I'm pretty sure this isn't the only Bean-themed card. Nor is it the only Bean Soldier card. A plant warrior that attacks with seeds and sword. Okay. Real creative, Konami. So let's just use Bell of Destruction on our Bean Soldier. I mean, I'm gonna finish him off this turn anyway, so... Yeah, and that does a nice 1400 damage to both of us, which, you know, if this were a more desperate situation, I would definitely benefit from that, but this is an easy duel. And there goes Oscillo Hero, and go 7 colored fish for the 1-turn kill. More like, what was that, 3 or 4 turns? Alright, that's Tristan defeated. You're a good duelist. You're really good. I can't win. I don't duel enough. It's fun for me though, so I'll play with you whenever you want. Okay, so from this 3-set tier list, I think Red Eyes is the best. And I think I'm gonna stick with Red Eyes just for like the first few easy duelists. And then probably switch over to Mystical Elf here, because I definitely like getting those 2000 defense cards. But I believe Red Eyes has the most powerful cards for the early game packs. So let's see what we get. Arm Ninja. Destroys one magic card in the field. Pot of Greed is really good though. That literally breaks the game, so that's good to get on our first pack. Yeah, pretty much everything else here is trash though. So let's go ahead and toss Pot of Greed in. Wait, what? Huh? Do I have any... What? Pot of Greed isn't limited in this game, is it? Oh, okay, I already have one. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, well, we just got that, what was this card? What? Oh, I got all excited. I was gonna add an 1800 defense monster in, but it's 5 stars. There's not really much use to changing out cards this early, but might as well just toss one lower attack monster in there. I mean, it's slightly better than that Karibo ripoff. And let's go for a Taya duel. You really want to duel with me? Me? Wow, okay. I'm gonna make you sorry you ever met me. Okay, I'm ready, let's start. With these rock, paper, scissors, I just hit rock every single time. I don't know if the random number generator is like not as random, like pseudo-random or what, but I almost always get better results when I just hit rock all the time, so I'm not gonna bother. Ooh. Okay, Raigeki is great. Gyaku Tenno Megami isn't so much. I guess it's gonna have to be Mystic Horseman. She already played a defense monster in her first turn, but kind of like Tristan, Taya doesn't have very strong monsters, so I should be fine in defense. Okay, go ahead and play Queen's Double. So what this card does is she can attack directly. It makes no difference because it has such low attack, but okay. And I think this destroys everything on her side of the field, so I'm just going to use Raigeki early, because this is just going to destroy her defense. What did she have down? Green Phantom King. Okay, that would have been bad to attack, so I'm glad I played defense. You know what? It probably is the smart move to play Gyaku Tenno. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it, even though it's pathetically weak for how many stars it is. I guess I'll set that. And let's go ahead and do nearly 2k damage on our first attacking turn. It's pretty decent. And kind of like Tristan, this should be a fairly easy duel. Taya does have some trick cards, but for the most part she's just equally as much of a pushover as Tristan is. So I think I'm going to go attack strategy here. And she played a 1600 defense monster earlier, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack with my highest attack, just in case. I'm not a wizard, I don't know her whole... Okay, wow, 300. I don't know her whole deck, so, you know, it was a wise precaution. But especially for, like, later game duels, kind of like Bakura, it's definitely a smart move, especially with an 1000 attack monster. Okay, so let's get rid of Dryad here. I'm gonna take some damage, but it's mutually assured destruction here. It's worth it. And with 4k life points left, she is probably done this turn. Unless she somehow has Karibo Actually, no, that's later Yu-Gi-Oh! I was gonna say, if she had Wing Karibo, she would be able to negate this, but nope, that card doesn't exist yet. And just barely scratching by, we're gonna do 50 extra damage overkill. Bam. So if I didn't have Pot of Greed already, Red Eyes would be the GOAT right now. So like I said, I'm gonna stick with the Red Eyes packs for a minute. Oops, I lost. I'll ask Yugi to take a look at my deck again. Whoops, didn't mean to skip that, but okay. Alright, Red Eyes, what are we gonna get? Ugh, these 5- and 6-star monster cards that barely have any attack. So, as much as I want to move on to Joey, he does have the Red Eyes Black Dragon. And that can be dangerous if he gets to set up, so I'm just gonna stick to Tristan and Taya. Joey helped him out with a deck, huh? I feel like that's just gonna make Tristan's deck worse. Alright, same strategy here. We can probably just win here by going full attack mode. Ooh, and summon Skull on the first turn, that's nice. Okay, yeah, I can see how this would work. So I'm gonna set up with Neo. Enter the battle phase. And then on my next turn, I'm gonna go ahead and set down Mystical Elf. Yeah, because of cards like that. Let's see, what did we have here? Yeah, Fire Yarrow would definitely lose to whatever her name was. So I think it's the smart move to play the defense mode, especially with 2K defense. Alright. Yeah, I could go for the offensive here, but I think it's a smarter move to build up a 2500 attack monster, and then get 3 monsters on the field after that. Just seems like higher damage per turn. And Sonic Maid's gonna take some extra damage. That's one thing I really like about the earlier generations of Yu-Gi-Oh! The AI is programmed to... That's just so nice. Pot of Greed is so good. The AI is programmed to be kind of blind, so if you set a 2000 defense monster, they don't know that inherently. So, you know, I just benefited 800 damage there. In some of the later games, the AI just automatically knows. If you set a defensive monster, it doesn't matter. It knows it's 2K defense, it knows it's 100 defense. Does not matter. So it's good that, you know, we can kind of play the ignorance advantage here and do some extra life point damage. Oh man, Summon Skull hits so hard early game. I think for this game especially, Summon Skull is just such a good meta card as well. I mean, it only requires... You're really gonna do that. It only requires 1 summon, or 1 tribute to summon. Okay, that's just cheeky. I got Snatch Steal after I tributed. That's actually gonna be the game for us here, so I'm gonna steal back Mystical Elf. I mean, here, I'll let you see the description for Snatch Steal while we're at it. So this is kind of like Change of Heart, except it lasts permanently. And if I had let another turn go by, I'd be paying Tristan 1,000 life points per turn for stealing back my own Mystical Elf. But because we're going to do so much damage here, it really does not matter. So I'm going to attack with Neo, since it's my highest damage besides Summon Skull. And of course it's just M-Warrior, and that's going to be game. easy game. You're good, Duelist. I know, I know. Alright, Red Eyes. Ugh. Such bad cards. Okay, I think I'm gonna move on to Mystical Elf after this. I'm just getting trashed. The Pot of Greed would have been nice, but I guess you can only use one at a time. Alright, we got all monster cards the first turn. Hopefully something good. Okay, just Mystical Elf is fine. As long as I'm not stuck with, like, 5,000 damage monster cards, I'm happy. Once again, that 800 damage coming in clutch. The nice thing, too, about the somewhat blind AI is, it's kind of stupid to a fault. So you can pretty much chain defensive monster damage over and over, even on, like, later game bosses. So I'm definitely going to be sticking with the defense meta a little bit as we keep progressing, but high damage is very welcome as well. Gemini Elf! Oh my god! Forgot Taya had that card. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at that. This is one of the strongest meta cards in the entire game. 1900 attack and 900 defense. Like, as if 1900 attack isn't enough, they had to tack on the 900 defense as well. Besides Gemini Elf, I don't think Taya has anything stronger than that. Just glad that wasn't Dark Hole or something. Yeah, I don't know what card that is, but I strongly doubt it has good offensive bonus. So I don't want to discard anything just yet, I'm just going to set that. Bruh. Sometimes in these earlier battles, or earlier duels that is, seeing a move like that is actually a good sign. It's incredibly likely that this card is weaker than Gemini Elf. So I'm actually going to test that really quick. It's kind of a gamble, but it's super worth it to find out if I have an advantage right now. Because like I said, the AI is kind of dumb. Okay, you know what? At least I know now. I don't remember ever seeing this card. Queen of the Emerald Forest and wife of the Spirit King. She lives surrounded by vivid red leaves. Maybe it's just because that's a 5-star monster card I haven't seen it often. But yeah, she's probably going to go ahead and take out my 1500 attack monster next turn. Oh, are you... Like I said, the AI is kind of stupid. So now, if I can get Neo the Magic Swordsman, or... Actually, no, she has an 1800 attack monster. So what I really need is Summon Skull right now. But, I also need to chain some life point damage. So, this is gonna be a trade-off, but, come on, why are you playing Petite Dragon when you're not attacking with it? Dump ass. And that's gonna complete my turn. Hopefully she doesn't play anything insanely bad. Because if I lose Mystical Elf here, it's pretty much game. I don't have enough cards to back me up. Decent cards, that is. Well, at least if she has Mirror Force, which I really doubt, I can negate that now. And, you know, it's not really worth the trade-off right now, so I'm just gonna keep playing the defensive wall strat. And Swords of Revealing Light, that's excellent. I mean, I guess I gotta start setting up, so... Hopefully whatever she played in face-down defense mode is also easy champ. Phantom King, okay. She has a lot of, like, war cards. This is weird. This monster blasts enemies with unexpected bursts of wind. Lots of very strong Animu cards. Alright, well that's going to be my turn, and hopefully I draw Summon Skull before Swords of Revealing Light wears off. She has a full board. It's pretty rare to see with Taya. Alright, well... there's not really much I can play, so I might as well just keep setting up. Yeah, she has a lot of weak cards besides the two decently damage-oriented cards. 1800 and 1600. What's in her graveyard? I forget. Ooh, that's right. Okay, this is gonna be game right here. Unless she pulls Mirror Force or something, I think this should be game for real. It's gonna take a few turns, but I can pretty much methodically take out all of her monsters on the field now. And now my pool of available cards opens up a bit as well. Forgot if I played a card this turn or not. But yeah, if I get something like Black Pendant, that would be really nice. As long as she doesn't use Change of Heart or something. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really remember anybody's deck composition that well, so I'm going to go for the damage here, because I really doubt she has a buffing card. And that's her down to 3 cards on the field now. Still would be nice to draw Summon Skull, that way I don't have to lose my setup here. Forgot to check if I could set a card, by the way. Ugh, okay. Might as well just keep working with the wall here. And I'm just gonna swap this to defense mode. Like I said, this is gonna take some time, but if I can get this 1800 attack monster off the field, that would be great. Really don't want her buffing that, or like, I don't know, pulling off some weird combo. Could've went for a little bit more damage there, but it's pretty much negligible whenever it's 1900 versus 1800 and 1900 versus 1600. Ooh, this might be good actually. Yes! See what I mean? Sometimes your opponent will play like a 300 attack monster and attack your face-down card with 2000 defense. Yeah, so that was pretty much a net gain there. That was stonks. Binding Chain. I have so many of these bad attack monster cards. Well, I might as well keep playing them in defense. I actually have 2 Binding Chain? Huh. I don't really remember this deck composition for red deck, so I think it just picks like a general pool for you and then kind of randomizes it. We're definitely going for the damage here. I mean, if she's gonna keep playing monsters in attack mode that have like 500 attack, that's just gonna be easy champ. Gemini. Okay. Still have advantage here, but this is really dumb. Just don't know why Taya has such a strong damage monster card. Okay, so this should just be a couple more turns if she keeps attacking my face downs. And we got Beans. I think Bean Soldier would actually be a good play right now, despite what a meme card it is. So, late game meta, it would be very wise to suicide Gemini Elf, but right now it really doesn't matter. Especially since I can do so much damage. That Monster Reborn definitely saved this duel, holy crap. That's just gonna do barely not enough. 100 beans on the wall, take one down, you pass it around. 99 beans with swords on the wall. Man, she's got a good distribution of cards. I mean, for just being early game, she's got some really high attack monsters. Okay, I only need to do 100 more damage, so this is game. Magic Jammer's useless. Gonna set it anyway. Nice. 6,900 life points, yeah. Alright, and that's game. For the sweet 300 overkill. It's too bad you don't get an extra card bonus or anything for overkills in this game. In one of the later Yu-Gi-Oh games, and I'm sure in some of the other ones you do, GX Duel Academy and Duel Links come to mind. I'm telling you, next time I will definitely win. You might with those two Gemini Elves, jeez. I got all excited, I saw Maneater and I thought it was a second Maneater bug. This is a pretty solid card though. I don't know how it's pronounced, but if I remember correctly, in the anime it was Urbi. I couldn't tell you. You know what though, that's a good replacement for some of my lower attack monsters here, so let's go ahead and throw Urbi. Go ahead and throw Urbi in. I don't think we need eye armor. Thanks anyway though. So if you're new to Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way, the maximum size of a deck you can have is 60, and the minimum is 40, unless, I don't know, you're playing like some non-main rules duel or something. You also have your side deck, which I think is a maximum of 10, 15, or 20 cards. I think it depends on the era, but this is mostly used for like, if you enter a tournament, it's usually best of 3 games, and you can pretty much swap out cards you want to swap into your main deck from the side deck in between games in a tournament. And then the trunk is just all the cards you've collected. So you can build a 60 deck. It's better for situational duels, I think, in my personal opinion. 40 is definitely the meta for decks, though. You draw what you need fast. It's just optimized pretty much, especially with Pot of Greed. It's just a free 2 draws. All right, let's wipe the floor with Tristan so I don't get surprised by Taya. It would be nice to just be the pub champ against Tristan real quick. That way we're not forced to play against him, and I can get some free deck builds. Two-Headed King Rex. What a great card. Later on in Yu-Gi-Oh, this has kind of average stats, I guess. But in this era, this is like a meta card early game for real. This and Rogue Doll are like top tier pretty much until you get better cards. I mean, this is Tristan, but pretty much if you have first turn against the AI, you definitely want to stick out a 1600 attack monster. I would say 1400 is like just begging for your opponent to challenge it, and 1500 is like you're flipping a coin at that point. So this is a really good start, even against Tristan. And as long as I keep drawing good cards, I feel like this is going to be a pretty quick duel. Do that sweet 1600 damage. And after we beat these main 5 duelists, I think it's 3 times, but I'm gonna go for 5 each. You'll get to see the duelist who mains Two-Headed King Rex. I won't go into it too hard, but he's pretty much one of the meme characters of the series, that's for sure. Definitely a pushover, just like Tristan as well. Alright, Beans. This duel's got beans in it. Armored Lizard. Lizard with a very tough hide and a vicious bite. Ooh, that makes me wonder. So if you've watched the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, or if you haven't, I'm gonna explain anyway. There's a character named Joey. He's already been mentioned by Taya and Tristan. His name's Joey Wheeler, and he talks like this, you know, kind of like a New York style accent. And he's the classic meme of like, he knows how to make a good deck, but he's always losing. So he's very average. I mean, even in the games, he's very average. In the anime, he's average. It's just like his forte, pretty much, is that he doesn't excel and he doesn't lose too bad either. So I don't know when they introduced this, but there are certain select few of cards that replicate the Brooklyn, New York accent, and I don't know if it's Armored Lizard specifically that fits into this like subset of cards, but the description for the card in-game, and even some versions of the card for the real trading card game, will say, okay, basically take this description and it'll be like, a lizard with a very tough hide and a vicious bite. The description will literally spell it out like that. I don't know if it's in this game as of yet, or if it gets first introduced in a later game, but I know for a fact it's in Duel Links, the mobile Yu-Gi-Oh game, but it was introduced probably like 2004, so nearly 20 years ago we had Brooklyn accent card descriptions. Muyan Curry, okay. Yeah, I can't wait to show that. If it's not in this game, then I'll show it on stream at least. I'll show the meme of it. Let's go ahead and use Trap Hole, I don't even care. Just clear the field faster. Nice black pendant to finish it off. Got a full board. And let's do that maximum damage output. 2100. Yeah, if you've never watched the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, I definitely recommend it. It's kind of like Pokemon, where it's not really... It's so popular, it's basically not even anime. But... So, it's set up like this. Whenever it first came out, there was the manga, or comics for Americans, and then they released basically the pre-series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Called, unofficially it's called Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. Didn't get anything good there, but we got both M Warriors. That's kind of weird and rare. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 is so crazy. It was before the series was centered on a card game. So it's a lot more adult. There's like Dungeons and Dragons, there's chess, there's gambling, there's people dying and getting set on fire, there's Joey's shoes get stolen, and Yugi has to kill a guy over it. It's crazy. But then after that, there's like a huge resolution to Season 0, and then they kind of like reset the story, and that's when the mainline Yu-Gi-Oh! Starts, and it's like about the card game and stuff. But I highly recommend it. It's a card game for children, but man, is it hilarious and engaging and funny all the time. You don't want to play me if you're looking for someone to practice with. I don't go down that easily. Can't remember if I read that already. Each duelist has a set number of lines that they'll cycle through, so it's kind of difficult to remember if I've read it already. So you'll have to, like, excuse me if I repeat some of these. This is a crazy good starting hand. Kinda wish I got this against Taya, holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start with Irby. I know I said it's kind of a gamble to start with a 1500 attack monster, but Tristan is so weak, it's incredibly likely he's just, yeah, he's gonna play defense. So this is gonna be easy clap in the chat. So I want to go with bottom-up setup here, just in case he does have a high defense monster. I just kind of want to know before I take too much damage, or like he plays a surprise dark hole or something. In the later games, Tristan got buffed quite a bit, but he's still a major pushover. His meta is pretty much the same, except they added, like, I don't know what to call it, like a deck theme for him. So he uses, like, Bone Tower or something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a series of cards based off of Skull Servant. And basically what it does is if you have 1 to 3 Skull Servants in your graveyard, I think it's like Skull Emperor or whatever, Skull Emperor will get 1,000 attack points relative to however many Skull Servants you have in the graveyard. I'm just gonna play Armored Lizard. This is going really easy. Go ahead and clear the field. But yeah, despite having a potential 3,000 attack card, he still has a really weak deck from what I remember. And it remains relatively consistent throughout the series. Because, like you might have seen earlier, Tristan doesn't play that often. And that's game. You're good, duelist. Yeah, you just said it there. I don't duel enough. Alright, come on. Give me that legendary 2000 defense monster. Ugh. I guess D-Spell's okay, but it's kind of an old card even for this game. Alright, that's almost 5 with Tristan. One more. Let's go ahead and wipe the floor with him. Lots of trap cards this duel. Some useful ones as well. Really? I guess Hercules Beetle is okay. Like, super early game, but I can't play anything else here except Maneater Bug. Hopefully he just doesn't attack, and, never mind. I might as well do this. I don't know if that was a good move or not. But we can do some damage here, so that's okay. As long as he doesn't play... Actually, it doesn't matter. I still have Trap Hole, so even if he does play a high damage monster, I can just get rid of it. Oh, man. You messed up hard, buddy. Spirit of the Harp is like one of those cards I'm looking for, too. Easy. That would have been pretty annoying to fight up against as well, so... I think the smart move here is going for high defense, unlike what he did. Because I have a feeling I'm going to draw some better attack monsters very soon anyhow. Bro! Oh my god! Okay, I'm not as mad about that. Yeah, I can just trap all that. Easy game. Hopefully I get something good. Bean Soldier! This card is just memeing up this stream. Alright, Bean Soldier, do some damage. Look, I can't get over this card art, too. Like, not only did they have to make an anthropomorphic bean with a very high fantasy sword, but they gave him, like, Final Fantasy VV wizard boots, and he's got, oh, just look at him, he's so thick. It's like he partially skipped leg day, but he still works out like his calves for some reason. What were you thinking, Konami and the original creator of this series, Kazuki Takahashi? Why Bean Soldier? It was actually pretty lucky on my part. I think the smart move here is Snatch Steal, because I'm going to be doing more damage per turn. Although Raigeki would have been a good move. I definitely just want to do the most damage output against Tristan. And that's basically game. Just gotta wait one more turn, and it really doesn't matter what he plays next. He's gonna regen 1,000 life points. Really doubt that face down card is anything to be worried about. But just in case, gonna Raigeki, just so I don't have to attack a face down. What was it? Mystical Elf! Wow, that was a good move. And it's done. Might as well go for the overkill damage. Bam. Easy clap. That's my 5th loss. Either you're getting better or I'm getting... Nah, you're just plain lucky. I don't know about that. So I guess to celebrate getting 5 in a row against Tristan, let's go ahead and do Dark Magician. Guy the Fierce Knight. You know what? It's not an incredible card, but it is worth replacing something with it. Like, come on, I've got... yeah, do I really need Hitoden check? A rabid starfish that spits a lethal acid that can melt almost anything. Sounds fearsome, but I really don't need it in my deck. So, I'm not a big fan of this early game, but it is a very smart move in my opinion. I think it's a good idea to have at least one 7 or higher star monster. And then, I mean, we only have one at the moment, but one really high damage 5 or 6 star monster as well. And I try to do 2, maybe 3 if I'm like a super buff deck. But at the moment, that's fine. I really don't know why I still have the left leg of the Forbidden One in my deck. Probably have something way better here. Let's see, how do I do this again? List filter. Attack. You know what, Lesser Dragon's gonna do way more damage than left leg of the Forbidden One, I can tell you that much. And I hate to do this to you, but I'm gonna be really quickly just gonna do a BRB. And I'll be right back in about 1 minute. So So just please be patient, stick around, and I'll be right back. Enjoy this music. Okay, I'm back. Hope you enjoyed the default music for, I guess, the main menu of this game. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Eternal Duelist Soul. Alright, so let's get back into it. Just making sure everything is still fine with the stream. Alright, let's do this. So that was Tristan, 5 games in a row. Now this kind of scares me, but I think it's the wise move. I'm going to try and do 3 Taya, and then... You know what, I'm going to do it dependent on whether or not I get good cards from this match. So if I get a really strong card, then I'll do 1 Bakura. And if I get trash or I lose, then I'm just gonna do Taya to 5. Are you mocking me? Don't patronize me because you think I'm weak. I duel with Yugi all the time, you know. Of course, playing Rock over and over gets me first turn. I need to get rid of this Hercules beetle. But for now, it's fine. Okay, first turn Mystical Elf, that makes me feel better. And that's a free 900 damage right there. Nice. So I think I'm going to go with 7-colored fish. And just hope to God she doesn't play that accursed elf card. I mean, at least I have a good defensive wall against her if she does. But it's going to be a lot of waiting if... Oh no. I forgot she had Raigeki, okay. Well, that's not too bad. I still have a 2000 defense monster in my hand, even though I was just talking about taking it out of my deck. And I think Great White should do decent damage here. So as much as I don't want to do it, I think I'm going to have to tribute Great White after this turn. Come on. Graceful Charity. What kind of high-level strats you playing? Ooh, okay. Oh, man. This is such an advantageous move, I can't afford not to make it. Yeah, I can definitely play the defensive game after I summon Skull. I mean, this is just extremely high damage. I can't not use this. Okay. Wasn't Man-Eater bug or anything, so that's fine. So in the future, I gotta remember that Taya has Raigeki, because that can mess me up. So it's probably gonna be Bean Soldier. Hopefully I can do the damage meta here. 1400 should be enough for whatever she has. Okay. And that's gonna be a fat 2500. Nice. 2 more of those and I can make this an easy clap. Monster Reborn. Okay. Just I just remembered Magician of Faith. I think she has that in her deck, so I really need to watch out for that. But for now, I'm going to keep sticking towards the attack method. Yeah, I think this should pan out just fine. Fuck. Oh, I did that on accident. Oh well. She just got a free turn, but that's okay. The reason for those of you who don't know what Magician of Faith does, basically it scares me because it's a face-down monster card flip effect. She doesn't have any effect monsters. What it lets you do is bring back any spell that you've used. So for her, that would mean Raigeki, or I guess Monster Reborn, but I extremely very much doubt she would play that. So this is one of the few situations where a 2 tribute monster is actually good. I probably still would have played this anyway, even if I hadn't messed up the last turn. But this is just severe damage output in 2 cards. So now I can basically afford to put down like a 1200 attack monster and I'll still... I mean, it's guaranteed I'm gonna do a life point damage now. Okay, 7 Tools of the Bandit is not gonna help. And hey, there's Lesser Dragon. Just added that. Minor Dragon incapable of breathing fire. You know, despite how weak this is, I always enjoyed the art for that card. I don't know, it just looks really cool for a dragon. So I think this is the right move. I mean, it's pretty likely she has something with higher than 1200 defense. And if not, I'm still gonna do just enough damage. Yeah, there we go. Wrong call, but I still had just enough. And that's 3 games of Taya. Oops, I lost. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to Mystical Elf. Nothing good. And let's go back to Taya again. So this should be pretty much just luck and easy duels. The only one I'm really worried about right now early game is Bakura, because I have some really weak cards. They're not the worst, but if I lose like 2 bad matches in a row, or rather 2 bad turns in a row, that could mean the difference between winning a duel and basically getting like, you know, 5,000 damage over 2 turns. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the defense strat again here. Surprisingly, Hercules Beetle is coming in clutch here. I don't know how. Must just be those 5-star cards. Damn, and there's once again some easy damage from playing defense. Okay, Silverfang. As much as I want to use Monster Reborn right now, I think it's smarter just to trade off cards if I have to, because 1400 is just not enough to revive a card over. Yeah, exactly. Actually, it wouldn't have been that bad with Water Emotics. Ooh. But I know for a fact she has some stronger cards. I'm gonna go ahead and play Raigeki. It's not the best move right now, but it's gonna get me some extra life point damage. And who knows, maybe she plays a defense mode monster next turn. If not, I can still use Monster Reborn. And, I mean, I still plan on doing it regardless, just to get Gaia out on the field. But let's see what she plays. This should be interesting. Okay. Well, there goes Plan A out the window there. Beaver Warrior is another really good early game card. Gyaku Tenno Megami. I like it. You know what? Yeah, it's worth it. I might end up regretting this if, and only if, she plays Raigeki or if she plays Mystical Elf. Not Mystical Elf, Gemini Elf. But this should be a good play. I mean, it's 1800 attack. That's so rare to see this early in the game. And that should be some really good damage output there as well. Okay, so as long as I get like a decent damaging card next turn, this should be assured. Because yeah, she played a defense monster. Ooh, this is really good. So Change of Heart, kind of like Snatch Steal, lets me take my opponent's card. And what is it? Oh, you messed up. So now I just have like insane damage. And this could be over in another turn if she doesn't play anything good. I mean, that 2300 damage output is just crazy. That's the good thing about 7 or higher star monster cards. They're kind of hard to get out on the field, but whenever you can combo them like that, it's super essential. And Black Pen is a finisher off, alright. Just as long as she doesn't have, well, you know what, we might as well just screw going for the meme overkill and just take the safe win here. It was Dancing Elf, okay. Here we go, that's game. I was gonna say as long as she doesn't have another Mystical Elf on the field, but it didn't matter. Alright, and that's one more game to win 5 matches against Taya. I'm gonna go ahead and just alternate, see if we get anything from Red Eyes. Ooh. This is an insanely good card. It's basically like another free Maneater bug, but because it sends cards back to the hand, it's a little different. But either way, I mean, if my opponent summons something, that just negates their summon after one turn. You got a copy of the weekly Yu-Gi-Oh! Publication, which is sent to all duelists on a weekly basis. It's a vital source for cards that can only be found in this publication. I love these segments. They happen like 1 or 2 times a week, in-game. And yes, the game does track what day of the week and what year you're on. It's not... For the life of me, I really doubt it keeps up. Today's July 29th, 2020. I seriously doubt it's set to that date. It's probably like, I don't know, May 5th, 2000 or something. But I love these segments. They give you 5 free cards, just like the packs, but you don't have to duel for them. And I just love the image for it. It looks like the old Shonen Jumps, which is kind of like a sort of pseudo meme, I think, that they were going for. Each weekly issue contains 5 cards, and just like I said, I think it's kind of like a meme on the developer's part, because in old Shonen Jumps they would include free cards, and a lot of the times it was free Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This is a really bad combo. I guess Dragon Capture Jar isn't too bad. I can use that in replace of like some of my weaker cards for defense, I guess. That was just... I don't know, with those magazine publications, you usually get at least some decent cards. That really wasn't a good assortment, but whatever. Go ahead and toss that in there, and let's go for the 5th Taya Gardner win. Got this deck from Yugi. I was told that my magic cards and my monster cards weren't balanced, so I switched things around a bit. I don't know if that is actually, like, programmed into the game, where when the dialogue says so, they switch their deck around or not, but, I guess I'll go ahead and play on the cautious side this turn, this duel. And we got Summoned Skull right away, that's super nice. And Gyakuten no Megami. Okay, I guess I'll play Harpy Lady. Kind of a weak start, but okay. Queen's Double, okay. Now that I can deal with. I really don't know why anybody would play a card like that. In Legacy, or in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! For that matter. Just makes no sense. But yeah, that's a free Summoned Skull, so... How much is it going to be? 2200? 2150 damage on my second turn. That is a very good start. And since I have Magic Jammer, I can negate Raigeki. So pretty much her only contest against this is, I don't think she has one, honestly, but I think it would be Gemini Elf and then, like, Horn of the Unicorn or something. Okay, I'm gonna play Fire Yarrow. I think that's how it's pronounced. At least that's what I remember from the anime. Malevolent creature wrapped in flames that attacks enemies with intense fire. Pretty sure this card is used for fusions. But even back then, back when this game came out, when fusions were kind of powerful, it's just not worth your time at all. Not worth my time at all either. Kinda sucks I couldn't do the full life point damage there, but whatever. Okay, she played in defense mode, and I got Black Pendant. So that just gives me a perfect chance to summon Gyakuten no Megami. Just like last game, I'm doing 2 monster cards with crazy high damage output, so this is just going to be a guaranteed victory after this turn, I'm pretty sure. 3,000 damage on Summoned Skull. Are you joking me? Yep, that was an easy guess right there. And let's get that sweet 3K. Nice. Alright, and as long as she doesn't play basically anything good. Might as well play Magic Jammer. Get rid of Lesser Dragon. Just make sure she doesn't build up a wall or something. And my final draw is Neo the Magic Swordsman. This is how broken the original meta of this game is. Look at the difference between these two cards. Really, the only major difference is typing. Gyakuteno Megami is Fairy type and light. Neo the Magic Swordsman is Spellcaster and light. But look at this. 6 stars. 4 stars. Only 100 attack difference. I guarantee she's not defending with anything worth my time either. Yep, just support her in the shadows, so that's going to be an easy victory. Nice, and that's 5 Taya matches down. That feels good. No way, I've lost against you 5 times? No way. I think I'll have Yugi check out my deck and tell me what's wrong with it. I swear I'm going to beat you next time around. Oh hey, it's Grandpa. Have you managed to reinforce your deck? I can't do his voice. He has such a classic voice in the show. Did you know that you can now select a new booster pack? Select it when you've got the chance. Alright. Ooh, Rogue Doll. Okay, I'm really happy I got that. I guess Larva Moth would be good if I specialized for it, but it's basically worthless. But hey, I'm glad I got Rogue Doll there. And I think because we got the Grandpa event there, it just automatically picks a pre-made assortment of cards for me. So let's go ahead and add that into the deck, because that's a really good card. Same with Hane Hane, because that is also very good. And I was saying earlier, I mentioned Magician of Faith, that's what it was. So Magician of Faith was, in that context, an effect monster, and sort of like Man-Eater Bug. If you're not familiar with the rules of this game, Hane Hane is an effect monster. So whenever, according to the rules of this card's description, whenever I flip this card from face down, I select one monster card on the opponent's field. I guess I could pick my own card too, regardless of its position, and return it to the hand. So this is just really good for like negating summons or getting rid of like really high damage monsters on the opponent's side of the field. And let's get rid of some stuff at the same time here. Let's see. So it looks like this is a really interesting card. I thought this was like one of the fairy monsters. This beast warrior swings a massive scythe that feeds on the souls of the slain. Sounds badass, but it's pretty weak. And then I think it's going to be Silver Fang that we're tossing back into the trunk as well. Let me look here. Nope. Claw Reacher. Stretching arms and razor-sharp claws make this monster a formidable opponent. I think this is also used in fusion summoning later on. I don't know if it's in this version of the game, but I'm pretty sure this is used for a fusion summon. Either that, or I'm just remembering wrong, and it's like from Para and Dox's Labyrinth deck or something. Alright, so we've optimized the deck, and I actually feel very confident against Bakura now that we got Rogue Doll, because that's just another free 1600 damage monster in the deck. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Bakura Ryo. As the decks appear to be ready, let us begin without further ado. So if you're not familiar with the series, you can see in the background, Bakura here has like a menacing version of himself, and you can see like a golden object behind him as well. Basically in the lore of the series, there's like these 7 Millennium item objects. Some of them give like the wearer a special ability, some of them give like a dark alternate ego, and there's other abilities that they confer. But for Yugi, who was mentioned earlier, and he's the main character of the series, as well as for Bakura, it gives the wearer an alternate ego, which I guess is kind of like a power-up, and they just like duel better. I guess Bakura's lore is that his alter ego is evil. So he plays a lot of like fiend type cards and like evil theme and stuff. And I'm just really hoping he doesn't pull out one of those really strong dark type monsters early on. But I got Black Pendant here, so that should be useful. And Two-Headed King Rex and Summon Skull. So hopefully I'm lucky. Might as well read this since I accidentally clicked it on. A powerful monster whose 2 heads attack is 1. Yeah, so hopefully I get lucky here and we just absolutely decimate Bakura here. You can see though, like right off the bat, he played a 1500 attack monster in defense mode. Ooh, that is not good. That's the exact opposite of what I wanted him to do. So here, I'll go ahead and... Ooh. I feel better after getting Maneater Bug. So I played this before. It's a flip effect card that destroys any monster in the field when it flips. But Dark Elf here is a serious contender to watch out for. 2000 attack, 800 defense for a 4-star monster. And its card effect is that it requires a cost of 1,000 of the attacker's life points to attack. With 1,000 life point loss with 8,000 base, that is 7 free turns that you get to attack with 2,000 damage. So that card is seriously overpowered. I was complaining about Gemini Elf earlier, and that card's pretty strong too, but Dark Elf is just outclassed. It is extremely rare to see such a good meta card that has 2,000 attacks. So this is like one of the very best cards you can get in your deck in the entire game for Legacy Yu-Gi-Oh! Let alone early game. So I might have to add... yeah, I'm probably going to have to use Black Pendant here. As much as I don't want to, I think this is going to help me get Summon Skull out on the field. And that's like pretty much the only way I'm going to win. Especially if he uses something like Mirror Force or... God forbid, I really hope he doesn't have Monster Reborn on the next turn. I should be safe with 1,800 attack though. Okay, yeah, that was a lucky play. If I hadn't gotten Maneater Bug there, it would have been over, pretty much. So now I can Summon Skull. Gotta love saying it like that. Summon Skull. And hopefully this isn't also Maneater Bug. Nice. As long as he doesn't play anything highly advantageous to him, this should be game. Oh man. That was extremely lucky that I got Maneater Bug there. Okay. I guess that's just a shining example of how bad the AI can be. Oh wow, okay. He just gave me a free overpowered card. I shouldn't say free, I still have to pay 1,000 life points for it. Or at least he gains 1,000. But... oh yeah. That is some free damage output right there. 2,600 damage, I mean, he could have... I don't know what he was thinking there, because he could have played Two-Headed King Rex and then took out my Summon Skull with it, because it is 100 damage higher. Or 100 attack points higher, I should say. But... you know what, I'm not complaining. So if I know the AI of this game well enough, he's either going to play something in defense mode because it's just too weak, or he's going to play something that can destroy lesser dragons, so he's going to play attack mode. Which, either way, As long as it's not Raigeki or something, this is gonna be game. Yeah, Armored Zombie. I don't know why the AI does this. It's more advantageous to go for a defensive monster, even though, I mean, this is the perfect example too. Even though Armored Zombie has 0 defense, it's way preferable to have that defensive monster so I'm not doing life point damage. But I mean, he doesn't know that. His AI isn't programmed strong enough to understand. Nice. Good getting Neo this late. I mean, it's just such a strong card anyway to buff my 2 high damage cards there. And that's game. I have to get my hands on one of those upgrade packs to improve my deck. Judge Man, okay. I think every pack you unlock after Judge Man is good. Like, Judge Man is just low-key trash. So I think I'm just gonna take Judge Man because I haven't opened it yet. And then I'm gonna switch back to Mystical Elf. Ooh, maybe not. I forgot this has the Stern Mystic, which is actually a really decent card. Flip effect is all face-down cards in the field are turned face up, and then return to their original positions. No card effects are activated. I just like this card early game because it has 1500 attack. I just really want that defense card. So I'm going to try and mirror what I did on my Flawless Ace. I know it's kind of crazy, but I'm going to try and go for 2 Bakura, and then I'm going to switch to Joey. Because really the only strength for Joey's deck is that he has some okay damaging monsters, and then he has Red Eyes. So as long as I can keep Red Eyes off the field, I should get some easy victories out of Joey as well. And that way I should be able to switch back and forth between these 2, like, mad-level, decently competent duelists. Would you like to participate in another duel? Playing against friends is a fun way to enjoy the game. Jeez. What was that, like 3 rocks in a row? Alright, what do we get here? Mystical Elf, nice. Monster Reborn, Rogue Doll, Change of Heart. This is a good setup. Alright, let's just see what he plays on his next turn. Cool with Appetite. I gotta show you the art for this card. Look at that. Let me just draw real quick. What was Konami thinking with their earlier cards? Both Konami and Kazuki Takahashi. I think this card is inspired off of like another unrelated series of card art. But just look at this dude, like, he's a fiend, okay, he's a zombie, never mind, that already has a big mouth and tongue. He's like a chubby dude who looks like he's gonna eat your lunch and go buy, like, you know, a $20 lobster meal. And then he's got that gaping stomach, so you know he's like pulling the food out and re-eating it or something. Monster with a very big appetite that has never been satisfied. That's very fitting. Such goofy card art. So I think the play here is Change of Heart. So I can tribute his card, and I don't have to destroy a card on his field. Plus I just have a high damage monster out on the field that has good defense. As much as I like Gyakuten Megami early game, this is one of those cards that's just not very useful later game. It's better to have like... Ooh, that hurts. It's better to have like 2 Summoned Skulls than have even 1 Gyakuten Megami. So this card he just played is interesting. I think in America even, this has like 3 different names. I think it just has something to do with like the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh! Was released with a 4Kids dub, so they tried to go with like a more kid-friendly set of names and card arts. There's like a big censorship debacle with some cards. So this card is called Trial of Nightmare, but I had a copy of it that was called Trial of Hell or something. For this card in particular, it was just names that were censored. But I think even in this generation, you'll see some cards that have like censored card art or have different names. This fiend passes judgment on enemies that are locked in coffins. Spooky. So I'm going to use one of my mystical space typhoons. Destroy whatever this is. Magic Jammer. Oh well, it was a good precaution to take. And then, I mean, I think the only smart move here is to bring back my Megami here. Because that's going to be an 1800 attack monster and a 1600 attack monster both on the field. Get some good damage out there. And then if he does manage to summon Dark Elf again, he's going to destroy one of my monster cards, but I can at least summon a 2000 defense one to wall him, so... And hey, there's Trap Hole, so it's basically a guarantee I'm doing good here. Alright, let's attack with Rogue Doll first, since it's kind of rare to find anything higher than 1500 defense. Ooh. Man, Bakura's got that tricky deck. I really don't know what to do in this situation, but I guess I'll just end my turn and see what he plays. That really sucks. Okay, the Fierce Knight. I think it's smart to just stick with my 1600 attack here. Seeing as how I have Trap Hole, if he does summon anything that can attack me, I can just get rid of it. So I'll just keep biding my time until I get a decent attack monster, or I guess a decent defense monster. Nice, that is perfect. So now, assuming the AI just blindly attacks defense monsters, I should be able to take out his card with Rogue Doll. And then next turn, I'll have a really solid basis for just attacking directly. A deadly doll gifted with mystical power, it is particularly powerful when attacking against dark forces. That's really neat, I didn't know that about this card. So that's a hint to, I don't know if that's a reference to the sacred cards in Reshef of Destruction, but it's definitely a hint towards, typing and attributes. Dragon Zombie, okay. So you can see here with Rogue Doll, I think they're spellcaster and light-based. Let's see. Yeah, light-based spellcaster. So if I had a field spell card, which goes right here, a good one for Rogue Doll would be Yami. Then I can increase all spellcasters on the field, their attack and or defense. I don't know what Yami does. I think it's just attack up. But so instead of 1600 attack here, Rogue Doll would have, I think, 1900, which would be really useful. But there's no way I'm running Yami in this deck. I'm probably not even going to try specializing a deck until way later, because it just takes up too many cards this early in the game, and I really can't afford to waste extra cards on like field spells that are only going to be used on one or two cards in my deck, rather than like a full specialized deck. Mega Key, okay. I'm really glad I have this. I think it was Dark Hole in my previous red deck that I picked. And if you're playing this along, or if you are curious about this game and you don't really know which deck to pick at the beginning of the game, it basically doesn't matter. It's just, I prefer the red deck because it seems to be damage based. I think green deck is like spells and basically, I think it's like a defensive wall deck as well. And then the black deck, I think that's a lot of trap cards and like, I think it's like a fiend specialization or something, so it also has Summon Skull in it. I don't really remember that well because like the past few years I've played this game and gone back to it, I just always pick red deck. But it really doesn't matter. Those 3 decks you pick at the beginning of the game, it's just sort of like a, what random assortment do you want? It's kind of nice. It would be boring to just start with the same deck every single time, so it's just a nice, neat little feature that this game has. In some of the other games, you start with like the same default deck every time, which is fine, but just adds a little variety to a game like this. I lose. You're really good, aren't you? Have to get his hands on one of those upgrade decks. Alright, so I'm gonna send it with Mystical Elf here. Final Flame isn't that good. Would be nice if I was running a burn deck, but... Ooh, okay, so this is one of the cool features of this game. So you get to duel assorted duelists, but there's also tournaments, there's special events, and this is just one of those special events. Hopefully I get a really easy opponent. I should have set up a side deck, but you know what, my deck is pretty much optimized for what cards I have in my trunk anyway. Today is the day for a duel tournament sponsored by the local card shop where you're a regular customer. Of course, you've been invited to participate. Since the duels are held in match format, your signed deck is sure to play a vital role. Yep, I'm kicking myself. You move to your assigned seat and your opponent arrives. Please, 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 please. Oh no, it's Yugi! Okay, I gotta play at my best here. I can lose, but I can only lose 1 match. If I lose 2, then that's me losing the tournament. And you know what, that's fine. Like I said, I'm just playing for fun. It would be nice to get the ace for the first 5 duelists, but this has got me super excited. I hope this tournament's fun. I guess I'm playing against you. I hope I can win without the help of the other me. So that's a hint to what I was talking about earlier with Yugi's alter ego. He has the Millennium Puzzle, if you're not familiar. And let's see what I got here. I see an effect monster, so that's really nice right away. Barrel Rock. 7 tools. Bell of Destruction is really nice for this first match in the tournament. Dragon Piper. Okay, that's some good defense right there. I don't think Yugi has anything that's gonna be strong enough to... you know what? I might be wrong. I think Yugi also has Gemini Elf. Let's see. Okay, Mammoth Graveyard's not too bad. I think I'm gonna hold off on the Trap Hole since this is our tournament. I really gotta play careful here. And he has some really weak monsters in the field. So as long as I draw something good, this shouldn't be a problem at all. Surprised that effect didn't work there. Let's see, let me look at this again. Oh, destroys Dragon Capture Jar. Okay. It's a very specific meta card. It sucks, but I can't really do anything here. Yeah, I'm just gonna waste cards if I play anything, so... Sadly, I'm just not even gonna play a defensive card. Okay, as long as he doesn't play Dark Magician here, I should be okay. I am gonna try and negate this, though. I guess I gotta let it go through first. Yeah, as long as Yugi doesn't play Dark Magician, I should be fine. And even then, I can trap hole it, so... I'm gonna hold off on using Space Typhoon right now. Or MST, as it's called in the meta. Believe it or not, some of these old legacy cards are still used in the main game nowadays. Okay, that's perfect. Snatch Steal is going to be great. I still don't have ideal cards just yet, but I'm set up for a really good series of combo moves. So, as long as I draw something good. Ooh! Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do it. This should prove very useful, and just straight up clear the field anyway. Let's go ahead and check what he had on the field, though. Penguin Soldier. Okay, I'm really happy that I cleared the field there. This is like, if you want to piss someone off in this game, at least in Legacy, play Penguin Soldier. Play 3 Penguin Soldier. Flip. You can return up to 2 monster cards from the field to the owner's hand. This card not only destroys your opponent's field by returning 2 at once, but you can use it on your own field. So, in late game meta, you can return Penguin Soldier to your hand if you're the person that flipped the card, and just chain Penguin Soldier over and over and over. It is such an OP card. So I do want to go for damage output, but I think it's kind of a waste to destroy his swords right now. Because, yeah, it was just about to end on that turn. So I think I'm going to save Mystical Space Typhoon for another turn, just in case he plays something crazy. Or in case he sets Mirror Force or something. I think this is a good time to use my Ring of Destruction card, or Bell of Destruction card here. And this series of cards is really good, too. I hope I get more Ring of Destruction theme, because even in late game they're really nice. Okay, I got Fire Yarrow, which isn't perfect, but if he has a weak defensive monster here, then it's not too bad. It's too bad I can't summon anything, otherwise I just use Snatch Steal here to guarantee the life point damage. But let's see what happens. Okay. Sometimes I forget Yugi does still have some weak cards in his deck. So that was a good play. Definitely didn't want to Snatch Steal such a weak card, too. Alright, he's playing defense, so that's a good sign. That's exactly what I wanted. So, earlier, like just a turn ago, I said this was a bad move. But if his card that he just played was in attack mode, like 100%, this would have been game right here. So hopefully 7-colored fish does some good damage. I'm assuming that my weakest card could have taken this out. Yeah, that's okay. Because it's tournament meta right now, I don't... If you're not experienced with the game, it's extremely wise to attack with your strongest attack monster in a situation like that, especially in a tournament, because you just want to maximize cards doing damage, maybe not so much doing max damage. So, in the case of Silverfang there, if the card that was right here had 1200 defense, I would have just wasted damage here by making Fire Yarrow attack or 7-colored fish attack. So because I attacked with 7-colored fish there, if it were a high defense monster, I just did 2500. Since it was a low defense monster, it doesn't really matter. I could have done a little more damage output, but that's okay. You know what? I went for the careful strats and it played out well. Okay, yeah, I think this is going to be game. So I'm just going to go ahead and sacrifice Dragon Piper. should have actually done a Silver Fang. I forgot this was a 1 tribute card. But that is okay. I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite of what I said, just to demonstrate what I was talking about. And hey, it was Ganin, so I was lucky anyway. And let's just finish him off for game 1 of the tournament. Really happy that this first game went super well. Hopefully the next one goes good so I don't have to lose and be super anxious about the third match. But that was a really good first match. Wow, you're pretty good. I really don't like losing, you know. I think I'll modify my deck and challenge you to another game. Okay, so this is basically the part of the tournament where I said you can swap out side deck cards or main deck cards. Since I didn't set up a side deck, I just don't do anything here. Okay, let's duel again. Did you use any cards from your side deck? No, I did not. I don't have any. You do well to remember that. It's an important key. You do well to remember that it's an important key in any match. I'll definitely set up a side deck at some point, but it's extremely rare that I ever find a use for it. Alright, I saw a Rogue Doll there, so that's pretty advantageous this early, especially with 1 victory. And, ooh, and 7 colored fish. I think I'm going to go the middle road here and play Rogue Doll, just in case he does have Dark Elf or Gemini Elf. Okay. I mean, I had Trap Hole set, so I just wanted to bait out his summon, regardless of whatever it was. But as long as this isn't Penguin Soldier, this is going to be some decent damage. And I know what I said about tournament meta and attacking with higher attack. But 1600 and 1800 isn't too much of a difference this early into the game. So this is a good move. And it was Beaver Warrior, so my gamble basically paid off, if only by 100 attack difference. And he had Karibo, which was very convenient for him. Okay, he's playing defense though, so I'm still up, and I just got Neo. I think Yugi has Mirror Force, so I think it's smarter to play Hane Hane there, and then I'll play Neo next turn. Yeah, it was just Ancient Jar as well. Just in case he pulls out something, I want to cover all my bases. Sort of like my deck, I think Yugi also has Summon Skull. I'm just going to play Trap Hole so I can guarantee a lot of damage output next turn. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. That way I can just have a full board of high damage monsters. And if my math is right, this is either game or really close to it. Let me see here. I was way off, but yeah, it's basically game. I just gotta wait one more turn and then see what he plays. I am at a disadvantage though. If he has something crazy under that face down. Don't think it's gonna matter though. Just gonna play Raigeki and get rid of it. Sangan, or Sangan. Well, that would be good for next turn, but because I thought ahead, that's game 2 of the tournament, done against Yugi. Oh wow, I'm really happy I didn't lose either of those. It's too bad, but I guess I just lost. Forgot pressing B skips that. Alright, well, let's see what we get from the tournament. I'm gonna pick Dark Magician just to honor Yugi. And it's all trash, of course. Alright. Oh hey, that counted as a win against Yugi. That's really cool. Well, like I said before, I'm just gonna do 2 Bakura, 1 Joey, and then I think I'll do 2 more Bakura, 1 more Joey, and finish Bakura. like he said, he's basically all you need to know. He's the master of the Red Eyes Black Dragon. That's his like deck meta forever. Although I don't know if it's in this game, but he might also use Jinzo. He definitely does way later on though. Like I want to say after Duel City he does. I have both Maneater Bug and Hane Hane. I think Hane Hane is the smart move, just in case. So I can see if he has a high damage monster right away. It kind of sucks getting Heavy Storm, but okay. And the effect's just gonna toss his baby dragon back in the hand. Easy. Gakuteno. I guess Armored Lizard's gonna be the play here then. I'm just gonna hope he doesn't play anything with 1500 or more attack points. Or I guess 1600 or more. Yeah, one of the main strategies, especially if you're in like a really tight spot, and your opponent keeps like out-damaging you, but you both have the same attack monster on the field, is a suicide strategy. So if he played a 1500 attack monster, he could attack with it and destroy both of our monsters for no damage. But I don't think I've ever seen the AI do that. It's usually only like a, you know, real player move. I think Monster Reborn is good here. I'm gonna go ahead and Raigeki just in case. Okay. I was just hoping that wasn't Mirror Force. So I'm gonna Monster Reborn. Doesn't have anything good, right? Yeah. And then I'm gonna pull Hane Hane to the field just so I can sacrifice it really quick. Get that nice 1800 damage card out there. And as long as he doesn't play anything super good after this turn, I think... Oh. That's kind of surprising. Yeah, so this is like one of Joey's special cards, basically. I wouldn't say he specializes in it, but it's like one of his signature moves. 2000 attack, 1600 defense. Looks like a pretty overpowered card, especially with 4 stars to summon it. But it can't attack unless there's multiple cards on the field. And it tributes other cards, so kind of a useless brick. Guess it has good, like, offensive defense. You can just sort of throw it on the field with its 2k attack and wall your opponent into going into defense or not attacking. I'm glad he didn't get to use that, though. That's a very annoying card to face off against when it's in attack mode. So I think I'm going to play this in defense. It just has a really odd defense level, and it's just, I don't know, super nice compared to its attack bonus. Okay, Alligator Sword, nice. I'm gonna get some free hit in. And as long as all of the games against Joey, or rather all the duels against Joey go this easily, it should be easy clap. Oh, Summon Skull, dude, it is over. That is like the surest victory I can ever get. I didn't even need 2 cards on the field, let alone just 1. I pull this card in my hand with a face down or face up monster and it's over, man. There's no winning against Summon Skull. It's especially, it stings really hard when your opponent has Summon Skull because in Legacy meta, it is literally probably the strongest single summon card in the entire game. And then if you have Horn of Light, if you have, like in this deck, if you have Black Pendant, if you have Axe of Despair, which is really good, Summon Skull is just overpowered for one tribute. Jeez, I lost. I just don't seem to draw the cards I need at the right time. If I pulled the right cards, I could have beat you with my eyes closed. I can kind of do the Joey voice. I said I was going to alternate between these two, so I will. I want to pick Judge Man, but I just know, like, 75% of the time it's trash. You know, Metal Dragon would be nice, but I'm just not going to play a fusion deck. Not this early, at least. Alright, we won one against Joey. Let's go for 2 more against Bakura. Duel Monsters is fun, isn't it? I'm just so into the game. I think Joey's the only voice acting I'm going to do for this, for my stream of this game. Everybody else has, like, I don't know, pretty standout, like, memorable or just average voices. But Joey's the meme voice for sure. Alright, Great White. Let's go ahead and look at the description for this card. Giant white shark with razor-sharp teeth. Whenever we play against Mako, or yeah, I think his name in the anime is Mako, not Mako. When we play against Mako later, this is going to be a really good card against him, because he's, like, I mentioned earlier, there's field spell cards, and he plays basically like a water fish theme field spell. And as you can see, this is a water fish card, so I'm going to be getting, like, huge attack buffs from that, especially 7-colored fish. This is like, I want to say like 2300 attack whenever you throw this on the field. So I'm actually going to start with that. And if you're not familiar with the game, I've been trying to, like, you know, both cater towards the experienced players and the new people. With a card like 7-colored fish, it is maybe not like the highest tier of meta, but it's definitely one of the strongest cards you can have early game. Okay, buddy. So you definitely want something that has, for example, 1800 attack in a 4-star monster. For this era of Legacy, I'd say 1600 is definitely like the lower end of the meta, and like 1500, it's just risky, I guess. So any 1600 and more attack 4-star cards are like super essential to add to your deck early game. And then after you get like a bunch of those, then you can sort of optimize or specialize. But you definitely don't want like a bunch of 1000 attack monsters. And hey, there's a field spell card. I was just talking about that. So that kind of sucks. Didn't expect him to pull out the snake hair advantage. But I think, yeah, I have MST, so I can just negate that. Luckily. I think the only cards I have that could benefit from that are Two-Headed King Rex and maybe something else. So I'm just not even going to bother risking keeping it on the field for a potential buff I might not even draw. Just going to go for the damage. And my turn. And hopefully he doesn't pull out another combo like that. Okay, Pot of Greed. Nice. Got to draw a free card, but you know what? As long as it's not overpowered, I should be good here. Dark Assailant. I keep seeing this card. What's the description for this? Armed with the Psycho Sword, this sinister assassin rules the Badland. Okay. That is extremely edgy, but alright. I guess it fits the Wasteland spell card theme. There's Trial of Hell again. Easy 500 damage. And of course, Dragon Piper's effect doesn't work there, but it still activates. Oh, this is perfect. So now I can pull 2 new monsters onto the field. It's obviously going to be 7-colored fish. I really don't want him pulling out another Wasteland and Snake Hair combo like that. I mean, it's basically over at this point, jeez. 2 1600 attack monsters and an 1800 attack monster. Gotta say though, that dark hole at the beginning took me by surprise. Okay. And another MST. Guess I'm just gonna fill up the field and then go for game. Might as well do highest attack just in case. It was just Fire Reaper. And that's another cool art card. I like the look of this one, even though it's pretty weak. It's like a Skull Servant with a flaming bow. A Reaper with a flaming arrow that burns an enemy to a crisp. Yeah, not with 700 attack, it's not going to. There we go. That's game. A winner is you. I lose. You're really good, aren't you? Okay, let's go with this pack again. Of course, I'm just getting trashed non-stop, but somehow I'm winning matches. Let's go for another victory against Bakura really quick. Magic Jammer, alright. Not the best, but I'll take it. We got Summon Skull and Armored Lizard. This should be a very easy second turn setup. Change of Heart. You crazy? You out of your mind? I'm almost regretting this. Like, I feel like I should let him steal my card, but let's see what he summons. Okay. It wasn't a bad move. See, I can do the exact same thing here, buddy. I'm just gonna go ahead and summon it though. Get that 2500 out. Oh, and I just realized I haven't showed the description for Summon Skull. A fiend with dark powers for confusing the enemy. Among the fiend-type monsters, this monster boasts considerable force. It's pretty accurate for current generation and just later on in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a whole archetype that centers around Summon Skull and Fiend Dark-type monsters. But it's not present in this version of Yu-Gi-Oh!, so it's not relevant. Very overpowered, though. Change of Heart and Snatch Steal. Are you kidding me? I guess I'm safe to just go full attack. Okay. Glad that was just Trap Hole and not Torrential Tribute. That would have been devastating. Witty Phantom, another cool card I like the art for a lot. Dressed in a night black tuxedo, this creature presides over death. Interesting card, even though it's not very strong. That's another thing I like about this series as a whole, just all of Yu-Gi-Oh!, is that even if cards don't have like a centric theme to how they work in the game's logic, there's still like, I don't know what to call it, basically like, still artistic themes interspersed even between unrelated cards. Just gives a nice touch to the game as a whole. I don't know. I don't know how to put it into the right terms. I really need to get rid of this Binding Chain card. Let's go ahead and use Bell of Destruction though and get that free 1600 damage. You know, I really don't mind taking the simultaneous damage either. Especially since it's just 1-to-1, it does so much. I don't think there's a limit to that either. Usually cards that destroy monsters have like a attack or life point damage limit. But nope, it looks like you can just use this on anything you want. That's pretty cool. Well, I didn't draw another monster card, but this is going to be some sick damage. And as long as he plays defense next turn, this will be game. Let's see what Bakura Rio plays. Dragon Zombie, okay. You know what? I'm glad I had the trap hole too. Pot of Greed. I activate Pot of Greed. This lets me draw 2 cards. That old tired meme. Hey, even if I was doing bad, it would have been a good game. I still would have probably won. Go for the nice overkill damage there with Summon Skull. And, you know what? I'm just gonna say screw it and go for Judge Man. Oh man, I'm already benefiting from it. What? 1500 and 1600 attack monsters in one pack. Then we got the Shonen Jump on top of it. Let's see what it is. You know what? Swordstalker is pretty good. Monster formed by the vengeful souls of those who passed away in battle. This card is like the little brother to Summon Skull. It's just nice to have. And if I had something weaker than Gaia the Fierce Knight, I would 100% replace it with that. But you know what? This is just a solid card overall. Okay, where's the Swordstalker, my dude? Okay, add that to the main deck, and then add my other Stern Mystic. Oh. I forgot to add the first one I got, too. Okay. So I can get rid of... probably Hercules Beetle? I was gonna say Gyakuten no Megami, but just realized this bad boy requires 5-star tribute as well, so let's get rid of that. You know what? I'm gonna stick that in my side deck. Something about hovering my side deck there for a second, and Yugi saying I should start a side deck just makes me think I should put it over there. And what was that other 1000 attack monster I just tossed in my trunk there? There it is, Binding Chain. I don't need this crap. Alright, that's 40 cards. Let's, what is it, Joey next? Yeah, let's go get this next victory against Joey. I've been waiting for you to show up. To be honest, Yugi and friends are just too tough to beat. With you, at least I got a chance. This is what I said to myself before I got the 5 turns per, or 5 duels per duelist ace. I said as long as I beat everybody 5 times except for Yugi, I'll be happy. And then miraculously, I got the 5 victories against Yugi. I think my tournament that time was Bakura though, so I got kind of lucky with my tournament. But really, early game doesn't matter very much. Everybody's pretty weak, even Yugi. Not to discount him, I mean, he is the strongest duelist out of the 5. I want to keep playing defensively here until I get an opportunity to attack alligator sword. So I'm gonna play defense one more turn here. Just as I expected, he didn't really play anything too strong after that. I'm just worried about these two face-down cards. So I think it was the right move to play defense first. Let's see, what is it? 1500? Yeah, I think I'll keep Hane Hane. And my two, stealing cards. The Adventures of Steely, one of my favorite memes recently. Let's go ahead and attack and see if he does anything. Magic Arm Shield. Okay, that's not bad, because I'm just going to take damage, not destroy my own card. So I'm just going to get that back, which is super duper convenient. No, he played Red Eyes. Oh, that is... You know what, that's not super bad though, because I do have Snatch Steal. So he fucked up hard there, but at the same time, like, I don't know here. Okay, I think the smart move is to, I really doubt his face down is anything bad. I guess I'll play Snatch Steal, and if he manages to negate it or he gets his Red Eyes back somehow, then I'll just play Hane Hane and, nope, it was fine. So let's see if I can play two attacking cards, and if he does anything in retaliation. This should be easy though. Mirror Force! That damn card! Well, you know what? I'm just glad we got Red Eyes off the field. That's the only thing that really mattered there. So, let me just go ahead and peek Mirror Force here. Let me just show you what it does. I know the experienced Yu-Gi-Oh! Experts 100% already know this, but when an opponent's monster attacks, negate the attack and destroy all opponent's monsters in attack position. In later Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta, this destroys all face-up monsters, so I would have lost Mystical Elf and Dragon Piper as well. Just a little fun fact for you. And hopefully Beanos here does enough damage so I can start chipping away at his monsters. Okay, that was actually a pretty good move. Not a fan of Axe Raider on the opponent's team. Bro. Battle Steer? I forgot he even had that card. That kind of sucks. But you know what? It's not that bad. Because I can just troll him with this card now. He thinks he's gonna set up another Red Eyes, but I'm gonna send his tribute back to his hand. Yes. Get flip affected, Joey. My Battle Steer! That's okay, I'll draw another Red Eyes Black Dragon. I guess I gotta go for the attack here. Right? Yeah, okay. I was worried for a second I didn't calculate Masaki's, or Hero of the East attack here. Wait a second. Okay, I thought this was a different card. Sword Swinging Samurai from the Far East. There's another card with similar stats to this called Masaki the Legendary Swordsman. I guess I got them mixed up somehow. Okay, so I'm hoping this isn't a bad move, but even if he attacks, at least I'll still... Okay, good. I still would have had one monster in the field after that, so... yeah, I mean, it's just gonna be the Stern Mystic here. Go for the full attack with my highest damage first, just in case. Ooh. No, you can't do that. That's not fair. Okay, this might be bad. Let's see what Joey does. Bro. This guy is a brainlet. I can't believe he sacrificed a 2000 attack monster just so he could summon that pile of trash. See, now I'm going to use Change of Heart on it. I'm going to summon my own version of an 1800 attack monster, except he's not going to have any defense against it. When in reality, he could have had that Panther Warrior card on the field, and I wouldn't have been able to get past that wall. And he would have been able to attack with it if he really wanted to. That's an easy clap. Play your last card, Joey. Sword Stalker, okay. Might as well. It's a new card and it's gonna do that damage. And then just basing my logic off of how the AI usually works. Yep, not nearly enough defense to defend against the Stern Mystic there. And there we go, after Sword Stalker attacks, it's game. Nice. Feels good getting 2 victories on Joey. I was very scared it was going to be a hard first couple of matches against him, let alone just, you know, playing against him in general. Nice, another man-eating treasure chest and Neo the Magic Swordsman. So this is like mega optimization territory. I just got a bunch of these cards in a row. I don't know what is up with this card. This is like one of the few cards in the entire game that has 1610 attack and 1460 defense? And it's a 5-star summon? What? A fire-breathing monster that dwells in the netherworld. What a useless card. See, at least this card here, Dungeon Worm, at least it has decent attack for being a summonable card. Or for a 5-star summon, I should say. This would be nice for if I ever need to run defense, so I'm going to toss this in the side deck. What do I need for this? Okay. I remember that card. It was from the Pandora series in Bandle City. Alright, so let's add these 2 man-eating treasure chests. I don't really need Mega Zowler. What else? Neo. Let's add my Neo the Magic Swordsman. And I swear I get another 1600 attacking monster. This is like way better than Gyakuten no Megami, so I'm going to add that as well. Am I really missing something, or is that all my high damage cards? Oh, that's right. I think I got another Stern Mystic. Yeah, let me go look at that real quick. No? Okay. So let's go hop back to the main deck and let's get rid of Barrel Rock. What else? I know we have like a 1200 attack monster. Yeah, Lesser Dragon, I don't need that. I also set Gyakuten no Megami. There it is. I already have a way better card than that. And I'm sure there's something with really low attack here. Now let's get rid of Silver Fang, I don't need that. Alright, and this should be like super optimized for 5th match against Bakura here, so let's see what happens. Somehow I have a feeling this is either going to be really challenging or like just a flawless victory. Steel Ogre Grotto right away. You know what? I love this feeling where you add a new card to your deck and you see it like immediately on the next duel after you edit your deck. Mechanized Iron Doll with tremendous strength. You know, for a 6-star card, this is going to come in handy a lot late game, I think. So we got Neo, Sword Stalker. Got a pretty decent hand right now. Of course. Jesus, dude, this guy's gonna play Dark Elf. Can't really do much against that card unless you got some good, like, preventative combo. Like Swords of Revealing Light, for example. It's still not gonna be good enough to destroy this card, though, so... Hopefully he just doesn't play MST or something, and I can get... Bro... He destroyed his advantage there, too. I don't even understand the logic behind that. Okay, well at least I got Raigeki, so I can get him back for that. Let's see what his face-down defense position monster is here. Hopefully it's not Penguin Soldier. Okay, that's fine. Well, at least now I can play Sword Stalker and not have to worry about having equal damage output. Trap Hole is cool. Let's get that Sword Stalker out on the field. Not as good as Summon Skull, but you know what? Like I said earlier, 2000 damage is really rare to find this early in Legacy Yu-Gi-Oh! So this is going to be like a major advantage. He's playing Pot of Greed. That face down makes me kind of nervous, but I really doubt it's anything useful. Yeah, I might as well play Raigeki. He's got 2 on the field, so... I don't know, I doubt he has anything he could summon with 7 or higher stars, but might as well just prevent anything like that anyway. And I don't really have anything I can use, I think. Yeah, that's only for face-up cards. Definitely don't want to destroy Sword Stalker until at least like the end of the game, basically, like right before he has 2,000 life points left. Ah, come on. Oh, I have 7 tools. Okay, that's perfect. It's very unlikely I was gonna play Steel Ogre Grotto anyway. Oh, that's right. That one uses life points for the tribute, not discarding a card. Yeah, it's very unlikely I'd play Steel Ogre Grotto defensively anyway, so that's super nice. And as long as I can do some damage next turn, it's gonna be a game. So I think this is gonna be the last duel for today. Yeah, I don't have anything that can do that. I'm really happy that I managed to get 5 duels, 5 victories even, on 3 of the easier first set of 5 duelists. Like I said, it'd be really nice to get the ace. Please, yes, okay. I think this will work. Okay, so he's picking Sword Stalker. This is an example of a really nice chain you can pull that's like, even against real players, this will take people by surprise. So he's targeting Sword Stalker with Man-Eater Bug. Normally this would just destroy Sword Stalker, but I'm getting free life point damage out of this. So he would have destroyed that anyway, and I just did 2,000 damage to his life points like that. But yeah, it would be great to get the ace. I'm just glad that, you know, I've been performing super well. Got some really decent cards, which honestly, I 100% did not expect to get, like, amazing cards immediately, but like, drawing Neo the Magic Swordsman, getting Sword Stalker, those are some really good early game cards. So I'm glad, like, I'm building a really decent deck, and you know, Joey should be like easy peasy cheesy after this. Pretty much the only concern with Joey is like setting up a deck kind of like this, and then you're good. So I'm like very 100% confident. I'm very confident that Joey's gonna be easy moves. I never thought I would lose against you 5 times. I'm a little amazed. You really have improved. Alright, let's do Judge Man again. Another Stern Mystic. And I got Judge Man, so I guess I'll replace Sword Stalker with that. kind of amazed I got 3 Stern Mystics super early. If you don't know, the maximum cap on duplicate cards is 3, so I have the maximum amount of Stern Mystic now. Let's go ahead and send that to the main deck. And you know what, now that I have 3 5-star or 3 5 to 6-star monster cards that have higher than 2,000 damage output, I think I'm going to remove one of my weaker 4 lower star cards and run the 3 2,000 plus monster card meta. Hope it doesn't bite me in the ass, but I think it'll prove to be pretty useful. So what do I get rid of? Maybe Harpy Lady? Oh, that's going to be 4 now, actually, so I should get rid of, keep Swordstalker and get rid of Gyakuteno, because, in my personal opinion, attack is better. Oh, no, you know what, never mind, I already put her back in the trunk. Okay, I guess it's going to be Fire Yarrow and, Harpy Lady. So I am a little shaky on, like, overall monster damage output, but I think with my summons right now it really doesn't matter. Like, I'm pretty, despite having 3 5 or 6-star cards, I think like my average damage output should make up for it. I think I'm just going to put Harpy Lady back. I didn't know I had a 1200 damage monster still in my deck. Alright, and that's it. Thank you very much for watching, for coming and stopping by the Time Vortex. I hope you enjoyed. Check out the stream upload and the highlights channel over at the Time Vortex Warp Matrix, and the highlights over at Warp Matrix. And yeah, thank you for watching. Hope it was fun and exciting. And I mentioned I was gonna show my perfect ace that I got a little while ago, so let me go ahead and add that really quick just so you can see it. I think I have it on this hard drive. Let me look really quick. Yeah, oh. No, that's my Pokemon randomizer stuff. Okay, one second. Let me pull this off of my SD card, or my USB drive, I mean. You know, just for the clout, just to show that I did it. Here it is. Taking a minute to load here. Let me just move this to my actual desktop so I can see it. It's one of my favorite quotes from, what is that game series? I want to say Stranger Things, but it's not that. Actual eggs and bacon. That's all I can remember from it. Not sure why this image isn't showing. Let me just pull it up in Windows here. Oh, okay. Well, for some reason the file is corrupted. I guess like I need to reformat my USB drive or something, but yeah, I guess future stream will be the perfect time to show all the memes. So yeah, like I said, thanks for watching, Thank you very much for stopping by, everybody on Twitch who decided to stop by and view my first stream. Hope it was fun, like I said. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. My next game I'll be streaming for the variety content is going to be GoldenEye. And then I'm just going to be swapping back and forth between games that I'm regularly playing. So that's it for the YouTube channel.